Hey y'all, welcome to Summertime Tarot. My name is Summer and this is a general reading for the sign of Gemini for April 2020 or whenever you feel called to watch this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. I just keep hearing, what's that song? Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me if it ain't good enough for you, babe. Don't be in the comments talking about my singing. That's not nice. Okay? Let's see. Okay. So we have here courage. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. Yeah, so I feel like you may have been in a space where I'm being drawn to the little droplets of water, and with these, it just looks like teardrops, right? So you could be. I feel like you may have been. Oh my gosh, this song is still playing in my head. Maybe you've been crying out. Crying out is a strong phrase, but like calling out for help or like calling out for some direction. And I feel like, that's probably why the song Tell Me What You Want is in my head. But like you've been saying, you want to change, you want things to be different, you want this, you want that. And now it's kind of a time where it's like, okay, you've kind of voiced that. And now it's time for you to back up what you've been saying, what you've been calling out for. So if you want something, it's time for you to, take action towards it, to move in that direction, to know that, okay, I've called out for what I needed. I've made that clear. I've made that evident. So now it's time for me to back up what I'm saying, right? That's kind of what I'm getting with that. Well, let's see what else comes out. Okay, so we have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Yeah, I feel like you may be waiting for things to kind of line up perfectly before making a move. And I feel like it's really a need for you to keep moving even when, even as things kind of start to get shifted and changed into, what you want. Does that make sense? Like, don't like be in a space where it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna wait here until such and such happen or such and such does this or what have you. It's kind of like if you want something, there's a need for you to know that, okay, it's going to work out, but don't just sit on the sidelines waiting for them to work themselves out, right? Like, there's, leaving things up to chance, but at the same time, there's a need for you to get into alignment with whatever it is that you want. So, yes, it's going to take time to kind of manifest itself, but at the same time, don't just sit down and wait for it to magically appear. Right? Okay. And then, let's see. So, with this Father of Knives being the driving energy, I kind of feel like it's almost you being in a space where you are ultra focused on how things are going to work out, like almost in a very kind of methodical planned. I need to do this needs to happen, that needs to happen, I need to be here, dot 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 dot. And it's kind of, I feel like it may be throwing you off balance because you're focusing so much on what you need to do, how things need to work out, what needs to be where, all that kind of stuff, that it may be clouding your judgment. It may be keeping you from seeing and doing whatever it is you need to see and do for real, for real. Does that make sense? Like, you're so up in your head, so kind of like in the clouds, so to speak, that you're not very grounded. You're not really in the present moment. So that I feel like there's a need for you to be present, a need for you to kind of be here and now, not so everywhere in your mind, not so focused on the past or the future or what's not working or how it's going to work or when it's going to happen, but really a need for you to really ground that energy. Right? So we have here the Tower, the Hermit, and the Ten of Wands. Yeah. I feel like this here, with this Tower, like I was saying, you may be so focused on, I feel like internally focused on just kind of in your own bubble, that you're not really aware of how much being in that kind of space is taking a toll on you, how much it's kind of, and I also see this Ten of Wands that's really taking on the burden of everyone and everything else, when there's a need for you to really be present and aware of what you're doing and how it's affecting you. Not so much so focusing on what's going on outside of you, what's not working on the outside, or what you need to do here, there, and everywhere, but like really needing to be honest with yourself about what you're doing that may not be working, that may be causing you more harm than good. Okay? Then we have the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Devil. With this Nine of Swords, I kind of feel that you may not be aware of the effect that your mental state is having on you and how it's affecting what you're doing, what you're saying, how you're feeling, and also like the environment and energy around you. All right, and then with this Justice here and this Ace of Swords and the Ten of Sticks, there's like a feeling that I don't know why I keep hearing ain't shit sweet. What? Why? I don't know. But it's like, I don't even know what that means. But anywho's, sorry you guys. It's like something needs to be cut off. Something needs to be done. Something needs your direct, undivided attention. And I feel like you've been putting your energy into so many things, doing so many things, that now it's kind of weighing on you and it's stopping you from seeing what it is that you really need to be focusing on. And it's like, I feel like you're afraid that if you kind of give up some kind of control, where you stop, like, I don't want to say obsessing, but like obsessing over it in your mind, that it won't work out. I feel like that's what it is. You're so stuck in your head about what you need to do and how you need to do it and what needs to work and when and all of that, that it's almost become like an obsession, that you need to get this done. You need to, this needs to be just right and it needs to happen just like this, or else, shit is gonna hit the fucking fan. I don't know why I'm cursing today like that. Ooh, okay. Yeah. And I also feel like with this Hierophant here, you may be so stuck on how things are appearing on the outside that you're not really being honest. You're not really seeing clearly about how things are going to shift or are shifting. Because I'm hearing, we fall down, but we get up. So you may be kind of like so focused on doing the right thing or having things just right that is going to, or it has already caused some kind of upheaval within yourself that kind of makes you question who you are, what you're doing. because like I feel like there was something that just shifted inside of yourself because you couldn't do it anymore. And so now you're in a space where you're kind of questioning, okay, well, that didn't work out how I wanted it to. So if that didn't work out, how can I, do this? Or so that may be causing you to be kind of obsessive to the point where it's like, this has to work out, or, I don't know what. I feel like you may be like selling yourself short in a sense, like because you may feel like something has to work out a certain way. And with that kind of energy, you're kind of shutting off all other possibilities. You're not seeing other avenues and kind of pathways because you're so focused on making this one thing happen this one way. And so there's a need for you to really get clear on some things. Like, what is it that you really want? What are you trying? What are you really trying to create? Because otherwise, I feel like you're going to be so scatterbrained. You're going to be doing so many things all over the place that your energy, all of your efforts are going to be, kind of all everywhere. But if you get to a point where you actually focus and get intent on one thing, and like stop trying to make it happen a certain way, stop trying to see it just one certain way, you'll be better able to kind of focus and do what you need to do in order to bring about whatever it is you're trying to create. Right? And then here with this patience, it's like a need to really, I feel like, show yourself a little bit of compassion. Because I feel like you're working out of a space of, this is what I'm accustomed to. This is what I've been doing thus far. So if I can't make it happen exactly how it used to or how I feel like it should, then I'm not good enough. That's kind of what I'm picking up. Yeah, there's a need for balance between, being, I don't know why I'm hearing the center of attention, but like a balance between things as you know it and like the change that you're trying to create. So if you're trying to grow, you can't stay stuck in, one mindset or one way of doing things. It's a need for you to kind of open up to doing things in different ways, right? A balance between tradition and like new stuff, like doing things different ways, and not just holding yourself to like a certain standard that I feel like has already changed. Like things aren't the same anymore. So it's time for you to get into a space where you're able to really go about things differently. Not be so stuck in your ways that you kind of block yourself from actually getting the things that you want. Because you feel like it should only happen this way, and I have to do it this way, and it has to be this way. Right? There's a need to really open up to new ways of thinking, to new ways of seeing things. Let me see if I can get anything else. I also feel like there's a need to kind of change up. I'm here, switch up the tempo. Change up the way that you kind of communicate, the way that you kind of express yourself, right? Because you may be focused, almost like focused on the outcome or focused on how you respond, like listen, like almost like listening to respond, but not really hearing what someone is saying. And almost speaking in a way that's focused on a particular outcome, which is, I feel like it may be some miscommunication going on here because you're kind of, I feel like you're all in your head, so you're not open to seeing things from the perspective of someone else, but also it may be coming from a space where you feel like your point isn't being heard. So in order to change that, there's a need to like actually listen, right? Somebody has to change the dynamic. Sorry, but like it's probably going to be you. I don't know. But like, okay, so like don't get so caught up in trying to get your point across or trying to be right or do, say the right thing, but just a need to like really be aware of what's going on, what other people are saying, how they're feeling, which would then enable you to better express how you're feeling, right? Because once you become kind of aware of what's going on around you, you then become better aware of what's going on within yourself. So then you have a better opportunity and way of expressing those things to others because you're more aware. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at your love life. Okay. The tower twice. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so bottom of the deck we have Temperance. Then we have the Tower, the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Page of Wands, Justice, Seven of Wands in reverse. So we have two cards that showed up earlier. So we have the Tower and Justice again. Okay. Yeah. I feel like, yeah. With the Page of Wands being here in the center, I get the feeling that, you know, you've been feeling almost very, with the Ten of Cups here in reverse, like unhappy with how things are going in your romantic life. And so with the Tower here, it's like, boom. I feel like you've been kind of maybe sweeping things under the rug, maybe not paying attention to them. Okay, maybe this will pass. And so now the Tower has hit and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not happy. Something needs to change. Something needs to be done about this. And so with the Page of Wands, this is you like really being in a space where it's like, I really want, you know, something different. I want something that brings me more fulfillment. I want something that makes me happy, that makes me, you know, my heart skip a beat, that makes makes me have butterflies. And so with the Justice here, there's like being in this space where it's like, okay, I know this internally, but what the hell am I going to do about this? I feel like that's kind of your energy where you are. And with the Seven of Wands in reverse, it's almost being like, oh my gosh, you know I want this thing. I know I want to make this change, but how do I go about it? Yeah. It's almost like a feeling of fear. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to change this. And so there's a need for you to really get honest with yourself about where you are currently and what you've been doing that's kind of kept you in this space of unhappiness, of kind of internal turmoil that has kind of forced itself with this Tower out into your physical world. Because it was like, I feel like this was something that has always been there. And with this Temperance card, you've been trying your best to, you know, work through things, kind of make things flow, right? Then we have the Two of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So yeah, really being in a space where it's like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm just trying, like, I feel like it's almost like you're trying to keep it together. So with the Justice card here, right? I'm hearing got the whole world in his hands. Like, it's up to you what you do going forward, right? You can kind of sit in this uneasiness, this unhappiness, or you can make a change. You can, or you can decide to not make a change, but that's up to you. And that's a decision that you have to make. And you have to be aware that the decisions that you make have consequences. What you do is going to affect you. So you can't just be in a space where it's like, oh, well, I can just sit here. I mean, you can, but that's a choice, right? Not choosing is a choice. So, yeah. I really feel like there's a need for you to kind of muster up the courage and the courage and the strength to really decide what you're going to do. Okay? So let's go ahead and get some advice. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we have adventure awaits. Break up your routine and live a little, sweetheart. It's time for some adventure. Plan a vacation, take a spontaneous drive. A change of pace and scenery will do you good. Plus, you never know whom you'll meet or what you'll experience along the way. A fabulous new friend or partner, or a spectacular meal at a charming local joint. The vista of a lifetime. Adventure awaits. Yeah, and with that, I really wanted to say, this is funny, but like my mom always said, well, this isn't exactly how she said it, but basically be mindful of, how you're looking when you go out the house, okay? You never know who you might run into. You could run into your next bae, okay? So go out there. If you go into, the grocery store, get cute, have some fun, maybe go down an aisle that you don't usually go down, okay? Take a route that you don't usually take. Take the scenic route. Enjoy, doing something different, doing something a little new, okay? Then we have spruce up your nest. It's time for a little spring cleaning. Your home is sacred and your surroundings matter. Honor where you recharge and fill it with beauty. Make space by giving away or donating what you don't need. Your clutter could be someone else's gold. Plus, when we have less to process physically, we have more room to process things emotionally. A clear head and new room for great art awaits. Spruce up your fabulous nest. Yeah. Okay. Then we have you are awesome. Your greatest relationship is the one you have with yourself. Build it, strengthen it, praise yourself, share what makes you proud. Your beaming delight will help others shift from glass half empty thinking to heck, I'm pretty awesome too. All right. So then let's see what crystals would be most beneficial for you for this month. Oh, okay. Okay. So we have here Turk. Wow, I was about to say twerk. Oh my gosh. Turquoise, balance, throat and heart chakras. And also with turquoise, protection. Or at least, that's what I associate turquoise with. Malachite, nature, heart chakra. Carnelian, self-confidence, root and sacral chakra. Hematite, mental strength, root chakra. And lepidolite, trust, third eye and crown chakras. Okay? So let's finish things off to see what self-care activities would be most beneficial for you for this month. Woo. Okay. I know somebody like, why is she making all that noise? And the dogs are like outside barking with me too. But anywho, we have crystal work. So yeah, working with these crystals, connecting with the crystals. Okay. Then we have tidy up. Wow, that's the second time. Spruce up your nest. Tidy up. Okay. Then beauty. So yes, like I said, adventure awaits. Get cute. Get dolled up. Okay, make yourself feel good. Look good, feel good. Then treating yourself to, a little nice little snack, little dessert or something that you like, right? Making yourself feel good. And then gift, giving yourself a little gift. Okay, but don't go out and spend all your money and then come back and be like, Summer told me to, buy myself a gift. No, don't blame me, okay? Don't blame me. But treat yourself, okay? But that's all I have for you, Gemini. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Please let me know down in the comments how it resonated for you. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you soon.